Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Intrepid. My name is Captain Katarn and this is Star Wars Rebellion. This is our Season 2 playthrough. We're going to do the Rebel Alliance, so I thought we could do Expert on a large galaxy, and let's take a look. Now the intro, just to let you know, takes a little bit of time. It has C-3PO and he talks for about 5 minutes, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear it, but he does give some interesting information about how the game is going to start. So here we go.
I am C-3PO Human-Cyborg Relations, and this is my counterpart, R2-D2. We have prepared a report on the current state of the galaxy.
I'm real excited to hear
on
that.
The galactic information display, the galaxy is in a state of turmoil. Our recent destruction of the Death Star has drawn many core systems to the Alliance cause. However, as you can see, many systems still remain loyal to the Empire. Several of the core systems are controlled by the Empire because the planets are garrisoned by Imperial troops. Those systems would join us, but the presence of Imperial troops makes that difficult. There are many systems along the rim of the galaxy which are little known to us or to the Empire. These systems would make excellent bases for our forces. We currently have 2 bases in the galactic rim. One of these bases is on the 4th moon of the planet Yavin, which you can see indicated here. This is the base from which our fighters launched to destroy the Death Star. I should point out to you that the Empire now knows that we have a base on Yavin. R2 has calculated the odds that the Empire will attack Yavin shortly at almost 1-to-1. Perhaps we should evacuate that base. Our other base is here. This is the location of the Alliance headquarters. Alliance intelligence believes that the Empire does not know the location of our headquarters at this time. Fortunately, our headquarters can be transferred to another system if you feel that it is threatened. You should remember that the loss of our headquarters would be a terrible blow to the Alliance. I'm sure you recall the location of the Imperial capital here on Coruscant. This is the most significant system in the Empire. This is the location of Emperor Palpatine's palace. If we could take Coruscant, that would take us a long way toward defeating the Empire. Our fleet has been dispersed after the Battle of Yavin and is now outnumbered by the Imperial fleet. I suggest we begin a shipbuilding program to strengthen our fleet. There are also troops, fighters, and system defenses located with each of our bases, as well as some facilities located on the core systems which are loyal to us. The President of the Alliance, Mon Mothma, is located here with the Alliance headquarters. Intelligence indicates that the Empire has targeted her. The capture of the President would be a significant loss to the Alliance. Our sources also indicate that Imperial agents are searching for Luke Skywalker. We know that Master Luke's abilities with the Force will make him a prime target for the Empire. Losing Master Luke would mean that our best chance for victory would be lost. I'm sure I don't need to remind you about Emperor Palpatine and his evil henchman Darth Vader. They are the leadership of the Empire. If they could be captured, it would be a severe blow to the Empire. That ends my briefing. I hope you enjoyed it. We are ready for your orders. And might I add, good luck, and may the Force be with you.
Okay, so thank you very much for staying with that. Now, if you were with us for Season 1 when we played as the Empire, you'll notice that all of this is flipped over, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to get used to it at first. I very rarely play the Rebellion, but here we are after the Battle of Yavin. 2 problems. 1, the Empire now knows that we're at Yavin, and 2, they're really pissed off. When you blow up their secret base, or their secret, or not secret, but when you blow up their station, they kind of get upset. So I'm gonna send Mothma to go recruit. Now the thing is that Leia, Han, Luke, some of these characters you can see, Jan Dodonda, they have excellent diplomacy, but we don't want to leave anything on Yavin. Yavin is about to get pummeled into the ground. So what we are going to do is we're going to take the fleets that we do have at Yavin, and okay, I'm just trying to see. So I want to take everything. We'll create a new fleet there. I want to take these guys. We have 6 troops here. This will be perfect. So I want to take them to, oh, it's on Tatooine as well. Our base is on Tatooine. I mean, now that doesn't matter. I don't think that the computer searches the Outer Rim based on, you know, like, particular systems. I could put them on Hoth, and I don't think they'd show up there. But I'm going to bring this over here so that we can start colonizing this system and make it one of our large ones. And then I can move the Rebel headquarters as well. So you can see, like, here. We can move this if we decide to. But I'm not going to. But anyway, so it gives us options. We want to make sure that we're never caught. Now the thing is, I have to evacuate Yavin completely. So I'm going to bring over the Y-Wings and the X-Wings as well, because that's important, as well as the troop garrisons. There's no reason for us to lose any troops because the Empire is going to come and bomb the hell out of this. Okay, now the other thing is that Han Solo has the Millennium Falcon. So anyone that rides with him has an extra, or has a ability to go faster. So it goes twice as fast. So basically, let's say it took 40 days to get here for a normal character. If you're with Han, you get there in 20. So there is some advantages to that. Now, before we break up everybody, essentially, I want to put everyone in the Millennium Falcon and take them out and scatter them, because we can get to anywhere in the galaxy. So we'll go ahead and save that for right now. So let's take a look at the various systems. So we have Kenyan up here, which has a shipyard, which is going to be important to us. At this point, what we really want to build are X-Wing starfighters. We want Alliance escort carriers and X-Wing fighters. And the reason being, because our fighters are superior to the Empire. As we saw at the beginning of the last playthrough when we were the Empire, we had to be super careful about Alliance starfighters at the beginning. So that's important. And there's a lot of neutral systems here. In this system, if we flipped it, it would turn to the rebels. Okay, I'm just looking at it because I think this might be a place where we go. Here we have, okay, we have some transports and things like that in this sector. Let me see, what do we have up here? Another transport. I might take these, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take these transports out to the Outer Rim. Just because they don't do us any good. We're not going to be taking any worlds by force in the core. It doesn't make sense. So I'll go ahead and bring this over. Same thing. We'll take out the Corellian Corvette. There we go. Alright, so we have all these transports coming into the Rebel base. That's good. We'll leave the stuff that can fight here, and we'll reinforce it so we have nothing here. And we have a troop training facility. We'll have C-3PO manage the training facilities. Alright, down here we have Bin Masari. As you can see, we have a lot less systems because that's what the hard mode is. Essentially, you start with a significant disadvantage. So looking over here, we have Salonia. Okay. I haven't seen that we have a single... Oh, this is bad. I haven't seen that we have any... Sorry, I'm just looking through this. Okay. We have a diplomat here, Bor Fela. If you remember, or Borsk Fela, if you remember the Thrawn series, or I think some of the other ones, he's a pretty big player. I haven't found any construction yards yet. Okay, here's one on Avram. This is going to be really big, but Avram can't grow anymore, and it's in a system that's going to be really hard for us to control. This is not ideal. Okay, so we're going to build some X-Wings. Build 6 X-Wings. It'll take 120 days, but we'll have a full squadron. And we already have Corellian Corvettes here. So if we can get some X-Wings, we could do some damage. So we'll go ahead and do that. Like I said, I have a construction facility here, but I can't really do anything with it. So let's take a look. Since I already have a diplomat in the system, are there any... Coruscant would be a good idea. Yavin would be good for ship production. Okay, Bortress is going to be our target. Let me just make sure. Yep. Okay, so Bortress is going to be our target here because it's the best. It has the most energy. There's 5 energy slots here. and already a construction facility, so between the two I can start pumping out construction facilities over here, so we can start populating the galaxy with our structures. So what I'm going to do is if I come over to, where is he? He's in the ship. Okay, so if I come over to Abram and take him on a mission here, he can do some diplomacy. Alright, now Bren Durlin is going to be important to us because he's a pretty competent character. You see his combat rating, his leadership, all that's pretty high. So he doesn't have any research and development though. So we're going to have him do a mission here, not for diplomacy because he's horrible at it. Actually, we're not going to give him a mission at all. That's the incorrect thing to do. I'm going to make him a general. So that'll give us some additional information. Now these infiltrators are commando forces. They're able to enter and sabotage things. So we can use them to possibly abduct characters or sabotage things. And the guerrillas are the nemesis and many Imperial governors. Okay. So these are basically the Imperial commandos. They start uprisings and suppress unrest. Okay. So neither of those are going to be very helpful to me right now, but in the future they might be. So let's see. Okay, the other thing too is Avram cannot be taken by the Imperials right now. We have 3 Gen Core level 1s here. So even if they brought their ships in orbit of us instead of bombarding it, I don't think that they have a fleet right now that can crack 3 shields, so we should be okay. That's really good. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now we have the Dolomar system. There's actually quite a number of systems because we're playing on the large galaxy, which means that there's 200 planets and 20 systems, 10 systems each, or 20 sectors, 10 planets each. It's crazy. But here we can see this is another core world, so we have, looks like another Corellian corvette. I'll tell you what, I'm going to send this one back over to Avram because Avram is going to become really important to us. So go ahead and do that. Avram is probably going to be the key to us taking the core, because if we can keep Avram with its good defenses right now, it gives us quick access to take a strike on Coruscant anytime that we have an advantage. So let's see, Ketris has nothing. They have Bothan spies. Okay, so the Bothan spies are your throwaway espionage characters. So you can use them, and if they don't come back, nobody really cares. So, I mean, you can train more of them. They're not like other command characters where once they're gone, they're gone. So go ahead and do that. Doesn't look like we have any troops here. Okay, we have another construction facility, so this one is also going to be important. Just make sure. Okay, we have a Gen Core level 1, so I want to build a second one. Before I start investing in the planet, I want to make sure it's not going to get taken, so we'll do that here, and that way we can start these 2 sectors. Alright, so looking at that, I'm thinking it's kind of dangerous. It's really dangerous, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 neutral systems in the Siswana sector. So I think we should live dangerously. I'm going to have Han Solo, Luke, Leia, Wedge, Chewbacca, John. I'm going to have everybody go with Han to Avram. Okay, and you can see status. They'll be here day 51, which is just incredible. It would have been at least 100 days to travel across the galaxy if we didn't have Han. Now Luke is a trainee, okay, in the Force, which means that he's going to get stronger as the game goes on, and as different various movie events happen to him, his appearance will change, his abilities will change. He might even be able to train future Jedi Knights in the, you never know. So it's pretty cool. Leia. Okay, so there are 4 characters on the Rebellion side that cannot die. Mon Mothma, Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, and Han Solo. Han is actually kind of scary because every 100 days or so, bounty hunters attempt to capture Han. So they will always find him. Doesn't matter where he is in the galaxy. They'll find him, and they'll attempt to capture him. If they're successful, then they'll give him to the Empire, and we'll lose him. He'll be abducted wherever he is. If they're not, Han will kill them, but then the Empire will probably, I don't know what the odds are on that, but there's a good chance that they might tell the Empire where Han is, in which case that might get some attention. So we have to be really careful about that. But overall, I think it should be a lot of fun. So I think Jan Dodonda can also do ship design. I know Wedge can, but we'll have to go through and just double check everybody because I'm not 100% sure on my Rebel characters. Alright, so that's good for now. Let me just make sure that We don't have any idle personnel. I'm actually not really sure where any of this stuff is. Here we go. Idle personnel. Okay, so we have those infiltrators, which I don't care about. Did I lose anyone else? Okay, Garm Bel Ilbis, also from the Thrawn Trilogy. He doesn't have any special design. Surfaces from time to time with small groups of resistance fighters. That's great. Okay, so this is going to become an important place for us as well. I'm going to make him a general while he's here. That way he's not idle anymore. Okay. So we also have Abram. Abram isn't doing anything right now while we wait for one of the other sectors. So what I'm going to do down here, Talos is important to us. I'm going to have him build another Gen Core while we wait. So that'll go down there. Excellent. All right, so 6 days in, I think that we're finally ready to begin our quest for galactic domination. Now, keep in mind, we have like no fleet at all. Even if we were to mass all the fleets that we had on these planets, it basically amounts to nothing. So we know that. All these transports are going to help us get a position in the Outer Rim. And then what I'm going to try to do is every 250 days or so, I'm going to try to move the Rebel headquarters around in the Outer Rim from place to place so that it's less likely that the Imperials find it. So that's the strategy overall. Let's go ahead and play. And we have R2 and C-3PO to guide us. And you can see it's going to take a lot longer for things to happen because I have people doing missions, and I sent them all the way across the galaxy. Okay. Alright, so they're about 20 days away. Our espionage missions were foiled. Not a problem. Okay, Crix Maydeen has been recruited. That's great. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Also, what do we have on Tatooine? Oh, we have a construction facility. That's great. So that'll at least start us in the Outer Rim here. I can't do anything with it. There's nowhere to go. But he can also do troop training, so we want to keep him because he'll be doing that in the Outer Rim as soon as I get one. But for now, until then, we'll make him a general just so we get a little extra protection here. Alright, looks like the X-Wings already made it. Let me take a look at the fleets. Fleets are still on their way. Alright. Fortress has joined. Okay, that's a big deal. So, Phalek, as much as he sucked in the books, he actually did pretty well here. So we'll go ahead and build another Gen Core while we're waiting for that. Actually, we should probably build 2. There we go. Building 2 Gen Cores, we have to make sure that this planet is safe for us. I'm going to take this all the way up to Rebellion status before I move on to the next one. So we'll go ahead and do that. Mon Mothma's recruited Paige, who is also another character. Let's see, status. He's really great with combat and espionage. If he were to become Force sensitive, that would be just badass. We would have a really strong character here. But he's a Special Forces guy, also from the Thrawn books. You can see that almost all of the EU characters in this are from the Thrawn books. Now, Paige, like I said, Paige is really great with all of that. What I'm going to do... I don't think he doesn't have a command ability. He's just like a Special Forces character. So I'm going to bring him over to Avram, because I'm going to use him to conduct strikes on the Imperials. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go back to fast. We're about 20 days away from getting all of our characters back on the Falcon. Alright, Akbar. We just got Admiral Akbar. Now that's actually a big deal because Akbar is a ship designer. If you read any of his like EU stuff, he was always big into the ships and stuff like that, not just being an admiral. But we'll definitely put him to work out here in the Outer Rim as soon as I get a facility that he can use. So we'll go ahead and do that. If you think I should put him in one of the transports as an admiral, yes, we'll do that later. I don't actually know how great he is at that, to be honest. Alright, so our fleets are here at Tatooine. Looks like our X-Wing squad was deployed at Avram. Really good. Han Solo arrives at Avram. Alright, perfect. Okay, now what? Thanks, Han. Following personnel have arrived with me: Leia Organa, Luke Skywalker, Wedge Antilles, Chewbacca, Jandadonda and Talon Karrde. Alright. Perfect. Now here we have all these transports. We're going to put them together. Alright, so we have 10 troops, which is perfect. Now we're just going to go around and find all of the neutral planets and take them over for the rebellion, just like we did before. Okay, up here we have our Corellian corvettes that have come out of hyperspace. Excellent. So first thing that we want to do is identify what we can do here. Jandadonda can do diplomacy, Wedge can do ship design research, so we'll have him do that. Chewbacca is kind of useless. Sorry for all you Chewie fans. He's espionage and combat, so I'll use him with Paige as a 1-2 punch. Chewie can also die, so we could lose him. I'll use him as a 1-2 punch for decoys and stuff to do missions against the Empire. Luke can recruit, actually. So can Han. So what we want to do is have Leia, who actually all 4 of the characters, Mon Mothma, Luke, and Han, can all recruit. So what's important is to make sure that our diplomacy is full. And now I'm going to have them all recruit real quick. It's never a good idea really to keep them all on the same planet. So I'm going to have them split up here shortly.
You got it.
But I wanted to do that. And Talon Karrde can do facility design research, so he's kind of important. So we'll go ahead and have him do that. So this planet, Avram right now, is our most important planet by far. So we need to make sure that we keep it ready to go. See, like, he's not even going to make it there till day 148. So you can see how much faster the Falcon is. Traveling with Han is the way to go for sure. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. And as soon as they're done recruiting some characters, then we can set things in motion. Alright, so we have our construction yards. Awesome. Alright, looks like Bafron has made the gen core that we needed. So let's go ahead and build some more construction yards. We'll fill up the planet. 4. Perfect. And looks like Avram is done as well. So we'll have Avram come down to Bortrus and build 3. We'll have them build 2, and then when Bortrus is done, they'll build their last one themselves. Okay, perfect. That gives us some construction facilities to start populating the galaxy. Alright, down here we came to the Chazwa system. Perfect. Go ahead and put down a rebel troop, and as you can see, it has 11 energy slots and 11 material slots, which is a big deal. We also have a ton of maintenance points right now, because it's early game. So what we're going to do is we're going to build here. And I'm going to build 2 construction yards to get that planet started. And then that'll become our production facility for the sector. Alright, Mazarakis. Another espionage combat character. I don't believe he has leadership ability. Nope, no leadership ability. As you can see, he's a Twi'lek pilot for the Alliance. He's been flying for the Alliance since crashing an Alliance-held world when he was young, which kind of sounds like indoctrination to me, but whatever. So he's going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to send him out to Talos, which is also an important planet for us, just so that we have some characters in each spot. Alright, let's just watch and make sure that we're good to go. Okay, Han and Leia have probably found nothing. And I do love Han's thing. Got to do better. It's not my fault. You know. Alright, so we'll send him here, send them to recruit. Alright, Jandadonda has taken the planet up to full because that's what he does, because he's an excellent diplomat, so we're going to send him over to Chandrila and try to bring them over to our cause. That looks good there. Let's come down here. Okay, we can definitely do something with this. This could be like a troop planet or something. So go ahead and take that. We'll go over to Bakura, which I don't know if you guys have ever read that book, but one of my favorites. Very, very different. Like, not... It was long before the Vong were even a thing, and it really introduced some strange stuff to Star Wars, so I definitely recommend that you check that out. It's one of those things that practically anything that you liked about the EU prior to Luke disappearing in the new movies still fits, in my opinion. Like, the Thrawn Trilogy could have fit in there if they wanted it to. Here's the battle at Yavin. Okay, we have a Corellian Corvette that I left behind because I was dumb. But here comes the Imperials. They're a little angry. As you can see, they send a Star Destroyer and 4 sets of ties, a Dreadnought, and a Carrack cruiser. Now, this is good because this is probably most of the Imperial fleet right now. They probably have maybe 2 more Star Destroyers somewhere out there and a few other support ships, but we know that we at least pulled some of them really far out to the Outer Rim. It took them 70 days to get there, and we're just going to leave, so we're going to retreat. I don't need my Corellian Corvette to be destroyed. So we'll see. I don't know where it's going to end up, but we'll check on that. So Baccarat is actually needs to be brought over diplomatically, so we'll leave that for now. It's probably going to end up over here. Yeah. Came to the closest system, so it came into the core. So they're at Yavin. They left. They're not even going to bomb us. There's nothing here, really, for them. Alright, perfect. So let's come back up to Avram. So Luke Skywalker is here. He didn't recruit anyone. Blast. Alright. Alright, so he's going to try to recruit them again. And then I'm going to spread them out, because I don't want them all in the same place. Mon Mothma has recruited Alar Talon. He has... Okay, so he is essentially our scientist, our chief scientist. Just like Bevel Lesmek is the Imperial one that can research anything, so can he. So he's really, really important. And we don't want to waste him, you know, doing any leadership or whatever right now. So we'll send her back in to recruit more. But they're going to do research as soon as we have our facilities up and running. Kind of eager to engage with the Empire. We got to make sure that we do it quickly. Alright, Han Solo actually recruited somebody. He recruited Nara. Alright, so Nara is a character that is a leadership character. He can do general or commander, but he can't be an admiral. And he's an old hand at disrupting Imperial business. He participated in the attack on the first Death Star. No idea who that is. Okay. Alright, we'll send Han back in to recruit more. And Nara can only be a general or commander, so we'll make him a commander, which will give our starfighters a little bit of a boost. Excellent. And there's Dodonda about to take that planet over for us. That's perfect. Alright, we came to Ponderus. Okay, this is perfect, because we now have 2 really good planets in the sector that we can work off of. So that's excellent. Like, this one is okay, but having the ability to decide if we want to do mines or energy facilities is great. Mines or refineries, because there are only so many mineral slots that you can have. Alright, Lando Calrissian has been recruited. He also has facility design, so you can see that he can be everything. He can be an admiral. He's actually a really well-rounded character. He's got 80 diplomacy, combat rating, leadership. He's the man for his time and place, kind of like the dude. So, okay, the guys that can do facility missions, we'll have them do it here, because there is one here. I'm going to have him do ships, and he's going to do troop training. So we'll make sure that we get all this outfitted out here. Now, if you don't research anything, you'll eventually get them over time. Leia recruited somebody. Han recruited somebody. Mon Mothma recruited somebody. Chandrila joined. Look at this. It's all spiraling out of control. Luke, good job. Go ahead and recruit more. Alright, Turo Rafikan. Who is this? Espionage and combat, no leadership ability. Once an investigative reporter for the Hollow News Network. Since joining the Alliance, she's used her contacts to provide information for the rebels. Tell you what, she's also kind of, and this guy, or Mercury, whatever his name is, he's the leader of the Alliance Resistance Cell on Dressel, is an expert in espionage and covert warfare, and the first Dracilian to be given command of an Alliance Spec Forces team. Tell you what, I'm going to take these 2. Nope. I'm going to take these 2, and we're going to go on a mission to Coruscant. We're going to find out what's up. And we'll use him as a decoy, and if they don't come back, I don't care. Roger Jis was also pulled out. She's a pretty amazing leader and pretty good combat skills, espionage rating, all of that. She can be an admiral or a commander, And she's a smuggler with a sense of honor. Awesome. That's great. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her in charge of this fleet. We need an admiral up here. So Admiral Driss. I've fought her a lot of times on the ground. So I feel like we're kind of wasting Leia in this instance. We should probably have her out doing diplomacy, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Alright, so we moved over Phalisk to do this. Now, there have been times when I've done this where I've had one diplomat in each sector, and that can work. It's just a lot slower overall. I feel like if you kind of work on one sector at a time and move out, that's a little bit easier. And thankfully, the PC isn't that strong against it. So we took Ryloth, which is good. That's another place that we can have mines or refineries. It's not huge. We want to keep our huge planets for our major production facilities. Ah, my throat is killing me.
R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
Alright, fleet arrives at Daltar. Awesome.
There is a message from Captain Solo.
Alright, so looks like Leia has recruited Kaya Anternium. Don't know who that is. She has a general ability, but that's it. After her husband was killed by Imperial forces, of course. She's an exceptional combat leader, and her troops are almost fanatically loyal, which is pretty scary, actually.
I'm on my way.
You got it.
Alright, so they're gonna keep doing their thing. This is perfect. And our espionage hasn't been foiled yet, so we'll see. Fingers crossed that works out. Alright, so we finally have a construction facility here, which is perfect. So we will go ahead and build. I want to build 2 gen cores before we go any further, just to make sure this planet doesn't get razed. There's only 1 gen core over here, which is kind of a problem. Alright, looks like Mon Mothma recruited Drayson, who's also an excellent admiral. You can see his leadership's 100, which I think is the cap for the rebels. And he has a great diplomacy rating as well. So we can use him for a number of rules. What I'm going to do, since I need a diplomat over here, just use him for diplomacy there. I mean, that's kind of a waste for right now, but I don't have anything else to do with him, and I don't want to send him into the core until we have an actual fleet. Like, essentially, I don't want to spend any time developing any of these worlds in the core until I have a fleet that can actually support them and keep them. Because right now, the Empire is significantly stronger than us, so they can actually come in and just take these worlds from us by force if necessary. Now, we have a significant amount of deterrence here at Avram to keep that from happening, which is why I'm focusing there. But, you know, like going in and trying to flip a couple of these worlds before we have any type of space presence doesn't make sense. So we'll go ahead and move this guy over here. Alright. Alliance, Army, Squadron, okay, Luke. Alright, Carlist Reichian, General Reichian.
R2 has a message from one of our field personnel.
Excellent, so we have a lot of really good planets in this sector. It's perfect. Alright, so I'm done with Luke doing all this stuff. Let's see, what's Luke? His diplomacy's okay, it's pretty good actually. Combat rating is amazing, leadership rating not so much, but he can do it all. Let's go ahead and have Luke do a mission to Coruscant.
Right away.
Let's send Leia out on a mission to Yavina.
I'm on my way.
Leia's not important for the overall. If she were to get captured, it doesn't affect the game. You lose a major character, but it doesn't. It's not a victory condition. Alright, so we have Carlist Reichian, who's actually a troop training facility person, and I think there's no troops here. Let's see. Do we have... I don't think we have anything yet in the sector. Not yet, but we'll keep him ready to go. So I'll make him general, actually, because he's better than Burn Darlin. So I'm going to send Darlin actually over to Bortrus, which is also another important planet for us, and make him a general there, since we're handling all of that. Alright, perfect. So we have General Reichian, Commander Nara, we have Chewbacca. Oh, they're coming back. Did they get it? What was the espionage report foiled? Okay, it's been foiled. unfortunately. We might have got a partial dump. Okay, we did get a partial dump. So we know that General Grammel is in charge of Coruscant. We know that they currently have the Judicator and the Absolute over Coruscant. Okay. Absolute is a Victory Star Destroyer. This is an Imperial Star Destroyer. They have a Dreadnought and a Carrack Cruiser. So overall, if we were able to hit them with, I want to say like 12 squadrons of X-Wings, we might be able to take that. Of course, now Coruscant has a ton of fighters that are not showing up here, which we know about. And they have some training, or they have some facilities there as well. Okay. Good. Swiffer joins. Okay, the Battle of Kenyan. This is why we didn't want to invest too heavily. Actually, it's very possible I can win this. I'm gonna take command. Fingers crossed. I haven't saved it yet.
Fleet is ready, Admiral. What are your orders?
All right, Y-wing.
Blue group,
Attack.
engaging targets. Task Force 1 acknowledged. Engaging targets.
Now our Corellian Corvette really shouldn't be able to stand up against it. Oh, look at that! It's already running away. Okay, Y-wing. I don't want you to get picked off, so come back here.
Acknowledges mission assignment.
Because those get shot at, and we'll just lose Y-wings for no reason. Let's see. We're okay. They haven't hit us. Gotta be careful. We still have all 12 Y-wings. I don't want to lose any of them for an engagement that doesn't matter. We have shields, so it takes a couple hits for them to start killing them. Assuming they even hit them, because...
Imperial fleet is withdrawing. We've won.
Alright, so that's good. So that was a good engagement for us. I'm glad I didn't just run away. Let's go ahead and save this before it becomes a problem.
Solo.
There we go. So you can see it switched to Rebellion.
R2 indicates
Han Solo has recruited
has been received.
Snib Snub. He can be an admiral, he can be a commander. He has a pretty decent leadership rating, so that's good. In fact, I'll put him as a commander in charge of Han, keep going.
You got it.
Put him as a commander in charge of the Corellian Corvettes up here. And I'm sure you guys are going to yell at me, because there's a lot of things that I'm doing that probably could be significantly better. And I know that. And I definitely want to hear it in the comments, because I heard you guys last time how upset you were about different things that I do. And I definitely have a lot of idiosyncrasies I have picked up over the years. Okay, excellent. Shipyard. Okay, so they came back.
Agents is reporting in
Okay, it's not going to be that easy this time. I think we're going to leave.
from the president.
Alright, so here it is. So they came back with a Victory Star Destroyer, 2 TIE Fighters, and 2 Carrack Cruisers, and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll kick your ass. And they will. So we're gonna go ahead and leave. That Kenyan is right down here. I know, where is Kenyan? Alright, it's somewhere around here. Here it is. Kenyan. Yeah, and they're still above us. It's a shame. If I had some, yeah, they're afraid to attack us because of this, maybe. I don't know. But if I had some command crew on the ground, I could try to take out the ruler. That'd be awesome. A sabotage mission on the Star Destroyer that's successful is like the greatest thing there is. I mean, you could also technically sabotage the Death Star. It just has like a really, really low percentage that it works. But like to sabotage one of the Star Destroyers, especially because they take like 450 days at the beginning to build, is absolutely insane. Alright, here we go. So we're going to build that last facility now. Alright, so Swivern has joined our cause. Awesome. So now we have a troop training facility. So all those guys that can do troop training are going to come here and do that now. Who else could? Van Willard, what can he do? He's an admiral and a general. Okay, we'll move him over here. You can be a general over there. I swear there was somebody else here that maybe could do troop training.
You got it.
No, probably not. I think they're all down on Tatooine.
Understood.
Okay. See when recruitment's finished. Bakura joins. Awesome. Good job.
R2 indicates that a manufacturing message has been received.
Alright, did Chakwa start its facilities? It did.
Research and development is transmitting a
Nebulon B frigate research complete. Awesome, so we can do that. And the shipyard is idle on Avram. So let's go ahead and become harassing to the Imperials. We need to build a Alliance escort carrier so that we can carry those ships into space. And then with these Corellian corvettes and basically one flight of 6 X-Wings can take out a Star Destroyer. If the Star Destroyer doesn't have any other, support, absolutely, those X-Wings can absolutely destroy it because they attack so hard with their lasers. They're so hard to hit. It's a battle of attrition, but they win. So, and that's good. And we only have that advantage for the first year or so before Imperials start to really catch up. But at that point, then our stuff starts to get better too. Okay. So it looks like we had a lot of personnel arrive and things just happened. Luke brought Corson over to our cause, which is great. The facilities are idle at Avram, which means that we need to continue to move. So Van William is down here, is going to become a general. Awesome. We're going to do Destination Swivren, and we're going to build 2 Gen Cores. We want to make sure that we are fortifying against the Empire, because they're not going to like this. Corson over here has one facility, so we're going to have them build their own Gen Core. And we'll continue up there. Alright, perfect. So that's good. Looks like everybody's still doing what they're supposed to do here. I'm pleased with that. What's going on down here? Okay, so we came up to Jolio and take the fleet back over here. We'll fill it up and we'll go get another sector. That way we have some places to move around to. Okay. And this facility is idle, so what I'm going to do is do a destination, and we'll go to Deltar, and we'll build some training facilities. Advanced training facilities, good. Okay, so we can have 7, so we'll do 5, and that'll give us 2 to cap the planet so that they can't be bombarded. So we've gone ahead and done that. Excellent. Anything else I missed? I don't think so. Let me make sure all of my shipyards are being used. That's a big deal. Okay, idle shipyards. So what do we have here? We have an Alliance escort carrier, so we need a destination in there. Fill this thing with X-Wings. There we go. And now next time they show up, we might have a real decision to make. Because the Carracks are okay against starfighters. They're not great. The Lancer frigate is really the first one that they get, and they get it pretty early on, which is directly set up to go against the Alliance starfighters. But it takes them a while to build it, and they usually don't put them in sufficient numbers, so you can still overwhelm them. It just changes your tactics, which is kind of fun. Saboteurs strike at Balfon, oh no. Gen Core level 1. What's going on? Assault on Yavin. Oh, how horrible. The Imperials sent 2 Star Destroyers, practically everybody, and they took Yavin, which is fine, because...
R2 has some good news about support for the Alliance. There is a message from one of our
Okay.
indicating it has dropped out of hyperspace and has arrived at its destination.
Alright, so we're getting some smuggling benefits. As you can see, our maintenance points went up, which is great. What do we have going on here? Okay, Uvina just joined, and they have an idle shipyard, so we're going to build some X-Wings. X-Wings are great. Build 6 X-Wings. And San Virgilio looks like he was just recruited. Let's see what he can do. He's a leader, can do Admiral or General. Commands one of the Alliance Home Guards escort vessels. Okay, great. As soon as we have some ships in here, we're gonna start looking around, see if there's anywhere we can harass. I'll tell you what. Let's do. Where's Paige? He's not even here yet. Let's take these two again. And do another Coruscant mission for espionage. Like I said, if they don't come back, that's fine. But if there's a Star Destroyer still in orbit here, I want to see if we can sabotage it. Might as well try to do something while we're idle. Alright, idle construction yard down here on Bortress, which is never good. So let's go ahead and do a destination of Swiverin. They're going to have their shields, so this is a training facility, so we'll build 2 advanced training facilities to make that even better. Perfect, now we can start filling up the core. Mon Mothma recruits another Solonian. Okay, battled Avram. Looks like the Imperials want to play, huh? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 X-Wings. 3 Corellian Corvettes. And the Imperials came over with... Oh, this is good for us. I think we can win this. Let me take this. Our X-Wings are just so good against their fighters. So first what I'm going to do is have the X-Wings come back here. And I'm not going to give anyone any orders, because I want to make sure that they don't get picked off by the ships. And you can see how much faster they move because we have a commander. I mean, like, that is really not sluggish at all. Okay, here come their TIE fighters. As soon as they're out of range of their support, I'm going to switch them over to attacking the TIE fighters. And we're going to have these guys attack the Lord. Actually, no. Task Force 1, engage the Lion. Okay, so our X-Wings are going to kick their ass really fast. As soon as we get rid of their fighters, I think they're going to retreat. Yep, see, look at that. Now they're starting to assume a defensive position. Okay, as soon as that happens... Alright. Now our Corellian Corvettes are going to take a big hit. And possibly we're going to lose all of them. Which I'm fine with. They're cheap. You can see what all the X-Wings are doing to this, though. They're just absolutely demolishing the Lion. Actually, let's change our tactics here. Let's take the X-Wings over here. Alright, so we're changing our position to focus on the Absolute. I want to do as much damage as I can before they hyperspace out. They've decided that they're going to lose this engagement. And they're right, they are definitely going to. If we continue to allow the X-Wings to destroy this capital ship. Now, this Corellian Corvette did take a big hit, but that's okay. They won't try that again. There we go. So we've defended Avram. We lost 1 X-Wing fighter. Not bad.
The Imperial fleet is withdrawing. We've won.
We've won. Okay, so we've taken our first post-Yavin victory over the Imperials. And they ran away, which is good.
R2 says one of our agents is reporting in.
Alright, so we also have a fleet here, or a shipyard here, which is great, because then that'll help repair that Corvette faster, which is perfect. Espionage mission foiled. All personnel assigned to the mission have failed to return, so it looks like they got... Hold on. Raffican was captured. Or Marco is coming back. Okay. That's fine. So the Judicator is still in space there. Okay. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do Page. And let's do some guerrillas. Do some missions. No. Let's do a sabotage mission. Alright, good luck. We're sending them out to destroy the Judicator. That would be awesome. That'd be a huge, huge win for the Alliance. So we'll go ahead and do that. Looks like we're coming up on about 50 minutes for this episode, so I think this is a good place for us to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and save it for here, for next time. So guys, I hope you liked it. This is a new series for us. We're doing the Rebel Alliance this time. We did the Imperials previously. This is from 1998, in case I didn't say that previously, so that's why it looks like this. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to share this with your friends. And my name is Captain Katarn. I will see you in the verse. Thanks for subscribing and being a great viewer on the channel. You guys rock.